All right, well, things got hot on a cold day 2 weeks ago at the Gildan Green Chile Challenge, where Michelle Zebrowski won the competition. And what's her secret ingredient? Well, we're about to find out. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you here. And, you know, everybody in New Mexico claims to have the best chili, but apparently you do. And the judging, I heard, was very, very specific. So you must have done something very right. So you said you've never entered a cooking contest before, right?
I haven't, no.
So what made you do this?
I don't know. I just heard it on the radio, and it, you know, the proceeds were going to benefit high schools, and I just thought it would be fun.
Yeah. And just do something different and see what happens.
Right.
And it clearly paid off. So, you know, the fact that you are not only a great chef, apparently, you didn't even know, is you're also an Albuquerque girl. You grew up here, right? You went to Sandia High School?
Right.
So tell me a little bit about your upbringing in town and how you learned to cook chili.
Well, I'm a native New Mexican, and anybody that's native, you know, chili is just a mainstay. You know, you just, everything has chili in it.
It's a requirement, right?
It is. It sure is. Good hot green chili.
Well, tell us about the prize, because I know that something really great came from the prize, and there was actually a donation made. So tell me a little bit about that.
$2,500 is being donated to Sandia High School.
$2,500?
Right.
That's amazing. All donated to Sandia High School?
Right, right.
And so they can have, are they going to do maybe like a plaque in the hallway that says, our Michelle Zebrowski?
I'm not real sure. I hope they don't do that, but I hope it goes to a good cause.
I'm sure it will. That's wonderful. Well, okay, let's get to what everybody's waiting for. They want to see you make this chili. So I am not a native New Mexican, but I am learning fast, and I'm certainly addicted to green chili. So I know, along with all the other viewers, we want to know, how did you do it?
Well, what I start out with, I browned the pork. You know, I sear that, and you know, I get it browned, and then I add tomatoes.
Okay. Just do you like to do them in the can?
Right, right. I use canned tomatoes, and it's very, very simple. You know, of course, I season the pork with salt and pepper.
Just salt and pepper?
Right, just salt and pepper. And you know, if I had a secret ingredient, this would be it. I use vegetable broth.
Really?
I do. And then I use chicken broth too, but I use a whole box of this. And then I do, right. And then I'll add this, if you know, maybe a half a box of this, just to get it the right consistency that you want it, because you don't want it too thick and you don't want it too runny. It just has to be just right.
Interesting.
And of course, you know, the star ingredient is the green chili.
Yes.
You know.
And do you roast your chilies?
I purchase it roasted.
You do?
I don't do it myself.
Okay, good. That makes me feel a little better, because I'm a novice, and a lot of novices out there just want to make it a little simpler, so that makes it simpler.
And I'm fortunate enough to actually have an aunt that grows her own chili, so I'm able to get some from her.
Okay, so there's our main ingredient, of course. You have your pork, you have your vegetable broth, as well as your chicken broth.
Right.
Your canned tomatoes. Right. You season this, you said, with just salt and pepper.
Right.
And now potatoes. What kind of potatoes do you use?
I just use russet potatoes.
Really?
Just plain russet potatoes.
Okay, that's so simple. Right. And they're sitting in water right now?
Right, so they don't turn brown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good tip. See, I always wonder with the little tips, these little tips that seem so simple to you, but to people who don't cook as much, maybe it's a bigger deal. So you want to keep them in water to keep them from getting brown. Good tip. Okay, now I see a nice garlic clove over there.
Right, and I mince some garlic, and I mince it in when I chop the chilies, just to make sure that, you know, it's real fine. So you just don't want big clumps of garlic.
So these are the ingredients.
Right. This is it. Onion powder. I put some onion powder in the chili too when I'm dicing it with the garlic.
Okay.
The salt and peppers for when I season the pork. And,
Easy.
You know, I add the chili. Well, first I add the tomatoes, then I add the chili, then I add the broth, and it just simmers.
So that's the order.
Right, it simmers. You know, the key is to cook it so that the meat becomes very tender. You should be able to just cut it with a fork.
So time-wise, what would you say? I mean, start to finish. What time?
Probably
how much time
about
would you allow?
2 hours.
2 full hours. Right. And that's really what tenderizes the meat.
Right.
Okay.
That's the key thing. You know, because I'm using this is a pork shoulder, and that's usually, you know, you need to cook it a long time so that it gets real tender. But you also need that cut so that you have the marble, because the fat gives it the flavor.
Yeah, the fat does give it the flavor. Now, a lot of times when we eat meat, we say we want to trim the fat, but really that is where the flavor comes from.
You want to trim the excess fat.
Okay.
You know, but you know, just you want some fat on there for the flavor. And
that's easy enough.
That's pretty much it. And then the last 15 minutes, I add the potatoes. You know. But
so you wait till the last 15 minutes for that?
Right, because the potatoes don't take very long to cook.
Oh, okay.
It's the last thing I put in, and then I turn it off, and actually it's better the next day.
I was just going to say, but Isn't it always better the next day?
It is.
So
it's
how
always...
long, I mean, what's the protocol? I mean, how long can you really keep the chili in the fridge that it stays good? Do you have a certain time limit?
Not more than 3 days.
Really?
You know, right. You know, you can cook it and then freeze it, but just after 3 days, I wouldn't keep it.
I bet your family and friends are so proud.
I think everyone was surprised.
Well, I have an idea for you. I think for Christmas you should just make pots of this for people, right? I mean, you're the winner.
Right.
So, I mean, you can say the winning chili. I mean, it's not just chili, it's the winning chili.
Right.
This is a great gift.
Right.
See, I've solved all your Christmas shopping problems.
Thank you very much.
This is exciting. Well, okay, so just tell me real quick, what was the feeling like when you were announced the winner for you? What did that feel like?
I was just shocked. Just disbelief.
Really?
I couldn't believe it. I'm still kind of shocked that I'm even here. So.
Well, we're so glad you are. We're glad you're sharing your secrets with us, and we're glad that those winnings are going to a great cause as well. That makes it extra special.
That's the most important thing about this.
Absolutely. And will you be doing another contest in the future? Now you have a new boost of confidence?
Maybe I will. I don't know.
I think you should.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, now everybody knows the secrets.
Well,
we ruined it.
That's what it's all about.
We'll find new secrets. So the big secret, if you missed out on it,
this is my secret here,
is the vegetable broth.
And I prefer the Trader Joe's brand.
I like Trader Joe's brand. In fact, I've had a lot of their different soups and the chicken broths, and I've had, and they're very, very good, and they're organic as well.
Right.
So you feel a little healthier eating it. Then you don't feel so guilty about all the potatoes.
Right.
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 You gotta find the positive.
That's true. You do.
And we want to let everybody know that if you're interested in making this delicious chili, you can get today's recipe right on our website. Casa.com. So go to the website. You'll be able to see this link. We'll have it up all day. And of course, we're going to stir this up because when we come back, my favorite part, I don't know if you watch the show, Michelle, but my favorite part of the show is eating.
Oh.
It's never been a problem for me. I always find a way. So when we come back, that's what we're going to do.
All right.
But is it going to rain or shine? Kristen will be up next along with us eating with that weather forecast. Don't go away. Fun. I'm glad it would be nice. On my when I got my license when I was 17, in New Jersey you have to be 17, not 16 to get your driver's license. It actually snowed on my birthday in New Jersey, and I couldn't go get my license, and I was miserable. I'm the last birthday of all my friends because I was the end of the year. So I'm the youngest of all my friends, and I was so miserable. So, you know, if you have a birthday this weekend, you can go get your driver's license. No really exciting lesson to be learned there. Just a personal anecdote. And you know, we're back in the kitchen with Michelle. Aren't you excited to taste this chili?
I can't wait to taste it. It smells delicious.
It really does. Do you make your own green chili?
I haven't done it yet. I'm scared to try.
I might try this recipe because it's easy.
Okay, we should try it together and just you know, test it out, and then that way we don't have anybody to blame but ourselves together.
Okay, let's do it.
It's a joint effort. It's always better. So let's try it. Yeah, let's take a look at this final product, of course. And Michelle mentioned those ingredients, very, very simple ingredients, but she did add that vegetable broth, which adds a little extra something special, right?
I think so.
Well, we're tasting it. Want to go for it? We got 2 spoons.
Let's do it. I need something warm. I'm going to hit the slopes here in about an hour or so at Ski Santa Fe.
Ooh, fun.
So, yeah, we'll take a look at that in the upcoming couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to show that segment. Okay, let's go for it. Here we go. This is the moment.
Give me some energy and keep me warm.
Oh my God, so good. So good. Ooh, I have to get some meat this time around.
That's delicious. It's got a nice little kick to it. I love it.
Oh, I see why you won. Oh, yeah. I get it. I get it. I love it. Mikey likes it. I'm not Mikey, but if my name was Mikey, that would have been funny.
Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Yeah, have a great morning. We'll see you tomorrow, and it's Friday.
Jackets and sunglasses. Have a good one.